Welcome to the Day Trading for Beginners podcast. This is season 3, episode 1. And in this episode, we're going to talk about a morning routine for traders. So it's something that you can use to maybe get back on track or just improve your productivity level overall. So my name is Tyler Stokes from StokesTrades.com. I'm on a journey to become a full-time day trader. This is season 3. 2025. We started in January 2024. You can find all the past episodes with the year in review episode where we talk about everything that we have learned up until this point. So in season 3, what I want to do is have more episodes like this. So we're going to talk about a morning routine that could be good for traders. We might talk about some things like exercise that might be good for traders, but we're also going to talk about specific things like market structure, liquidity grabs, other things that I am learning from the market as I study my day trading strategy, or my trading strategy, that is. And then eventually I'm going to trade with real money, and we're going to talk all about that. I'm going to document that whole journey in our group on School. So some resources before we start. Below, you can find a link to this 6-month blueprint that's completely free. You can go to StokesTrades.com/blueprint. So if you're a pure beginner, that's a great place to start. And then our community on School is growing. There's more people talking, having discussions, being accountable to the group and studying, learning how to become a trader. You can find a link to that below as well. So the reason I wanted to sort of do this episode to start is because for me, and I know for you listening as well, if you're trying to become a trader while juggling a job, family or other commitments, productivity, it's crucial. But, if we want to be real, most of us, we probably don't start our day with a structured plan always. Sometimes we might, but we don't always do it. So what I wanted to do is share a powerful morning routine that transformed my productivity and helped me become a successful business owner. So it's a program that I followed when I started my online business that was successful. And now I've moved on to trading. And, I know that I'm going to actually plan to bring back this morning routine for my trading journey as well. But I wanted to share it because it actually worked for me. So what we're going to do here is break down what's called the miracle morning method, talk about why it works and how you can adapt and maybe fit it to your lifestyle as someone who is pursuing a career as a trader. So again, what we're going to cover here, the actual book, I'll have linked below in the show notes or below whatever device you're listening to this podcast on. I would recommend that you actually go and get that book if you find this interesting, because it goes into much more detail that we're going to cover here on the podcast. So the reality of, learning to trade with limited time is something that we need to talk about because it affected me. It's affecting me, and probably affecting you as well. So, it's February right now. I wanted to start this season 3 right off in January. But, my year didn't get off to the start that I wanted based on talking about productivity. I have not been very productive at all in January. So I want to talk about, how to deal with maybe getting knocked off track, whether it's due to life, work, or family commitments, and then how to get back into your trading journey. So why January wasn't productive for me, I'll just briefly talk about it here. Life happens. I've got a young baby who's 5 months old now and a 2.5-year-old toddler. Things are crazy at times here. Everyone was sick. My wife and I got pneumonia. So January was basically a write-off. So that could happen with you as well. Family, work, sickness, other distractions. But there's a common trap that when you lose momentum as a beginner pursuing something on the side, you tend to never get back on track, or some people certainly don't. And that's why the failure rate with things like trading and starting an online business is so high, is because you lose momentum, which is going to happen, but you don't get back on track. So it's important to have this mindset that you're not going to have 12 perfect months in the year. You're going to have several weeks where you may be sick. Maybe you have even several months of the year that just don't work for you. But you need to have this long-term approach, because if you get knocked off for several weeks or even a month, you got to be able to get back on the horse and then continue on with pursuing whatever it is you're pursuing. And we're pursuing trading here. So, many traders face this challenge. Not everyone can trade and study full time when you're starting. Most beginners, we have other responsibilities, family, job, school, and businesses and so on. So success, I think, based on what I've experienced in the past and based on what I've experienced in, just this first year, it really, really requires a long-term mindset. Not only is there a lot to learn, but if you're learning this on the side, it's just going to take longer. And if you kind of think about other careers, it's totally acceptable for other careers. Therefore, it should be acceptable for learning to trade as well. 1 year into studying for any major career would generally place you at the sort of beginning stages of your educational journey, far from being considered a professional. If you think about, what people do for med school or for lawyers or for engineers, that first year, you kind of have just a base foundation of, a few subject matters. So if you do that with trading, I think that's good. I think, you don't need to trade successfully and master this in a short amount of time. Certainly, you don't want to be complacent and just not try hard and do everything you can, but being realistic that, if your first year you gain some good knowledge and a good base, I think that is good. And I think that's realistic for most people. Now, there's also this problem thinking that, everyone online is so productive 24/7. So, if you're watching this and, I've got this podcast and I've had several episodes and you've listened, you might think that I'm super productive all the time, but in reality, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the background. Many people you watch on YouTube, they have these YouTube videos and they're trading. You don't really know what's going on in the background. There could be a whole chaos of mess behind the camera. So you have to understand that everyone's human. Even these big YouTube influencers, they're not on their game all the time. So it's okay if you aren't as productive as you think you need to be. It's human to, make mistakes and have some downtime. And you just need to have that long-term approach to keep going. So, don't get discouraged when you see people online making videos or having podcasts. They got a lot going on in the background that you can't see. It's like Instagram. It's not real life, what you see online sometimes. So you don't have to be perfect every day, but you do need to have the mindset and the commitment to just keep going forward. And that's why, being productive and being disciplined is so important, especially for trading particularly, but also for pursuing something on the side as well. So for trading specifically, you could kind of break this down into two sections. There's the technical knowledge that you need to learn. So all the charts, strategies, and then risk management. There's that mental side that we've talked about how important it is to trade without emotion. But then there's also the other side of actually committing to learning it all and executing on your studying and your learning and all the work that you need to do. So, what separates those who succeed from those who quit is this level of commitment. So you don't want to get into the trap of quitting too soon. Maybe if you take a break or you get knocked off the horse and you don't get back on, that happens so often when people are pursuing, like a side hustle, if you will, something like this. So success, it's all about consistency, not always about intensity. That's my opinion, but I think that is true based on my personal experience. So what helped me stay committed in my past business was a simple but powerful morning routine. And I found it through this book called The Miracle Morning. So I'm going to talk about some things from the book, but like I mentioned, I can't talk about everything from the book in this podcast. If you find this interesting, then I would just go get the book. You can get the Kindle version. I think it's like $15. If you're looking to excel your productivity and you don't have a great morning routine right now, then this one I would recommend based on my personal experience. So if you think about morning routines, why would they matter for trading? Well, they can really, really help traders get into the right mindset when you're actually trading. And then when you're studying, you can get ready to be more productive in terms of your studying and your researching, your paper trading and all that kind of stuff. So most mornings are probably chaotic for most people. Right now, personally, my mornings are a mess. We're waking up multiple times a night, feeding a baby, having two small kids. You're very, very tired. So I'm trying to get the most sleep I can. So I'm not getting up early because, I'm just trying to get sleep to make it through the day. So right now, unfortunately, this is not going to work for me. But as soon as my little one starts eating solid foods, I think he's going to be sleeping better throughout the night. And then I might be able to get some better sleep and actually make this work. So, but even for most people, if you don't have small kids, you still tend to wake up late. You rush to get everything ready. You grab a cup of coffee. You start your day in reactive mode, which is generally not a great way to be productive. So this is not ideal for most people, and specifically traders. If you need to focus in the morning, or you need to get some more studying done, you need a disciplined, clear mind, and a morning routine can really help this. So the one that helped me was called The Miracle Morning. It's by this author called Hal Elrod, and it was a game changer for me. It helped me wake up early, like 4:35 a.m. And I got all sorts of work done before I had to go out and do school and do other commitments. And it helped me sort of stay committed to build my online business. And I really, really think it worked for me. Again, not everyone needs a morning routine. Successful people out there don't need a morning routine, but many, many people do. I think it's worth trying if you want to test it out and see if it can help you become more productive. So as my schedule stabilizes, I am going to be implementing exactly what we're going to talk about here. So again, the goal is to become more disciplined, structured, and consistent in your morning approach to studying. And I really hope to implement this soon. And now I'm going to share the actual 6 steps from the Morning Miracle and how I plan to approach them and how I approached them in the past. So basically in the book, there is a 6-step effective morning routine, and it's the word SAVERS. So SAVERS. And it's a 6-step process, and it lets you set the day in a very, very productive way. So the first step is S, and that stands for silence. So meditation or sort of mindfulness. So most mornings, again, we mentioned they start in a rush. This flips the script. So instead of chaos, we start with purposeful silence. And there's so many options that you can do for this. What I did was just simple breathing exercises. So like meditation. Now I'm not I'm not an expert in meditation. I just would sit in silence and just breathe in, focus on breathing in and focus on breathing out. Just focus on your breath going in and your breath going out. So what I would do, I'd get up 5 a.m., hit the coffee, take a shower, get my coffee and sit down. And at the beginning, I would do this for literally like 1 minute. If you're just starting out and you try and meditate, you'll find that your mind races, gets very distracted. It's totally normal. Start with a minute and then that's it. You just sit there in silence, deep breathing for a minute, and you can work your way up to maybe 5 minutes. So you can meditate, you can pray if you want, you can do some gratitude reflection, or you can just sit there and just be in silence with your coffee. So again, for me, I worked this up till I was doing maybe 5 minutes of just deep breathing every morning. And it helped clear my mind and enter the day with focus and calm. For traders, I think this can be really helpful for stress, reducing emotional trading perhaps. And again, it's just going to get you on a better productivity zone in starting your day. So after you do that, you're up, shower, make a coffee, sit there, breathe silently for a few minutes. Then the next letter is A. So S-A, and A stands for affirmation. So programming your minds for success. So affirmations, if you've heard about them, someone, standing there yelling in the mirror, it might sound a little bit weird, but many successful traders and entrepreneurs swear by them. I do believe that they have helped me in the past create a successful business. They are definitely worth trying. Do you need them to be successful? No, but I would recommend that you potentially give them a shot. It really helps you reinforce your goals and mindset daily. So in the book, there are 5 steps to sort of writing these out. I'm going to actually read you my affirmations that I would read every day. And I've changed them from my affiliate marketing and SEO business to more in line with trading. And I'll have a link below where you can just copy and paste mine and then change it up and customize it for yourself. But in the book, they give you more tips on writing them. So you want to have 5 things involved with your affirmations. One is what you want, why it matters to you, how will you achieve it, your commitment level, and then incorporating inspirational quotes. So again, the book goes into more detail of how you can write your own. I'm going to share mine with you, and you can just alter that if you want. So again, these affirmations work really well. And if you know the book, Think and Grow Rich, which is a very popular book about people achieving success. Affirmations were in that book that was written, many, many years ago. It's the same sort of thing. Saying this stuff keeps you committed to your goals. And then the next step after affirmations is visualization, which we're going to talk to next. And these two things together are very, very powerful. And there's a lot of history, or there's a lot of people who have used these to great success. So again, if you haven't done this and you're a little apprehensive about doing it, I would just say commit and give it a shot. You don't have to tell anyone about it. You can just keep it personal and private, but I would really give it a shot. I think it can potentially help you out. So here's mine. I'm going to read it. And then right after you do affirmations, you go into visualization, which we'll talk about next. So again, I'm up early, a couple minutes of silent breathing, and then I read this affirmation. So it says, concentrate, memorize this. Just make it happen. Go and learn this stuff. I am just as worthy, deserving, and capable of achieving extraordinary levels of success and all of my goals as any other person on earth. And the only thing that separates me from those at the top is my level of commitment. So from this moment on, I am 100% committed to becoming the person I need to be through daily personal development and living with daily discipline to easily attract, create, and sustain the levels of success that I truly want and deserve in my life. I will become a trader with a portfolio value of over $10 million. I know that to do this, I must be willing to stay committed to my goals and doing what's right as opposed to what's easy at a level that I have never been committed to before. I will no longer settle for less than the levels of success and fulfillment that I am truly capable of and deserve. In fact, I have a responsibility to live my life to the fullest and achieve my goals in order to set an example for those around me. To create the life I want, I can't wait for somebody or someday or some year. Now is my time. Success is my right, duty, and obligation. I owe it to myself and my family to commit 100%. I will 10x my portfolio through consistently trading a strategy with extreme discipline. I will work every single minute of my time in studying my trading strategy. I will put in 10 times the effort that I think is required to get there. I will master my trading strategy and trade with extreme discipline and patience. I will not trade with any emotion. I will never chase price. I will stick to my allocation percentages. I will only buy at support. I will do whatever it takes to become an expert in this strategy and have a long-term outlet. Visualize myself in my office sitting at my large desk with multiple monitors, analyzing charts and making successful trades. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am trading successfully and I did a 10x on my investment portfolio. I have 3 real estate properties. I drive a Cybertruck. I have the best wardrobe I've ever seen. And my wife raises our kids and cooks homemade meals every day. Take action now. Grind it out. Am I living the life as someone who trades successfully and has a portfolio worth millions of dollars? What would that look like? So that's the affirmation. You read it every single day. Read it with conviction. Read it with emotion. Start your day with a few minutes of silent breathing. Then you read your affirmation. And then right after that, you go into step 3, which is visualization. So seeing success before it happens. So visualization combined with affirmations can be a really, really powerful morning ritual to get you in a really good state of being more productive. It's used by, elite athletes, all sorts of top CEOs use it. Many traders use it as well. So if you spend a few minutes actually picturing yourself succeeding, it can be really, really powerful. Now, it might sound weird or silly if you're listening to this for the first time, but I would not sort of brush this off. This stuff can really, really help you. I think it's just worth trying it. So picture and visualize yourself with a fancy suit, in your office with a large mahogany desk with multiple monitors, and you're trading stocks. And imagine you're sitting at your trading desk, you're executing high quality trades, you're hitting your profit targets, you're managing your risk effectively. See yourself as a consistent, profitable trader. And actually visualize yourself doing this stuff, being happy, being successful, making trades, making money. When you do this, this sort of visualization can eventually lead you to actions that make it a reality. So the visualization process of your task, you should have this process of the tasks that you do as a trader being enjoyable, free from stress, free from fear. Visualize yourself like trading, visualize yourself analyzing charts, reviewing trades, making money from the markets, and see yourself, smiling, determined, and focused. If you visualize yourself actually becoming successful and doing successful trading. So visualize yourself, living in alignment with those affirmations that you just read. Visualize yourself getting what you really want. Visualize yourself accomplishing what you set out to accomplish, and feel how good it feels to accomplish your tasks and achieve your goals. So visualize yourself and try and feel yourself really sitting at your computer, making those trades, making, having a green day, making money in that particular day on those particular trades. This can be very, very powerful. And you do this after your affirmation. So right now, we've gone over a lot. It sounds like you do a lot, but it's really only a few minutes. You breathe deep, do some silence for a couple minutes, read your affirmation. That should take you like a minute, 2 minutes. Then you just visualize for a couple minutes, and you can work your way up to making these longer if you wish. And then the other parts of the morning routine, I think for me personally, are a bit optional. When I was doing this in the past, those are the three main ones I did. And it could really only take you about 10 minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And if you want, you can incorporate these other ones, which are also beneficial, but maybe, in my opinion, not as beneficial. But the next one in the acronym there is E. So we've got onto savers. So we are SAV, and E stands for exercise. So if you can exercise after doing your visualization, that could be good. Exercising in the morning before starting your day. There's so many benefits to that. I think in future episodes, we'll talk more specifically about fitness and exercise. Some people might have a different time of the day that you'd like to exercise. If you aren't exercising right now, try and incorporate it into this morning routine. Just do something for a couple minutes, some squats, some push-ups, some sit-ups, some stretching. Could really, really enhance your morning routine. And then the second last one here is R. So that stands for reading. So now you can maybe spend a couple minutes just reading. Successful people, they're lifelong learners. You could read, trading books. You could read some news, some headlines, maybe some financial reports, or just, read more about trading specifically. This just helps expand your knowledge, and just some silent reading can really be beneficial for people. And you can get some of that done before your day even starts. And then the last one is S. That stands for scribing or journaling, sort of self-reflection. So journaling is key. You want to journal and review your trades when you start actually paper trading and trading, but you can also sort of journal and just write down your thoughts on your day. So you can write your trading plan out for the day. You can write out what you want to do that day. You can sort of just write down how you kind of feel emotionally that day, or after you do some trades too. Journaling can keep you accountable. It can be helpful for tracking mistakes and refining strategies, and just sort of writing for a couple minutes can be beneficial for people just to get your thoughts down on paper. So that is the morning routine. And again, how would you actually implement this into your life right now? Well, you don't need to do all 6 steps perfectly. You just do the first few when you're starting out, and then you can adjust the routine to fit your schedule. So even just, a 20-minute version of this can be really, really good. You can just do the first 2 or 3, and it might just be a couple minutes when you're just starting out. And then you can work your way up to, breathing and meditating for 5 minutes, affirmations for a couple minutes, and then visualization for another 5 minutes. And then you've got, 15 minutes of starting your day that way can be really, really beneficial. Again, I plan to implement this as soon as we start getting a bit more sleep in this house. I'm going to do this, and I'm actually really looking forward to it now that I've kind of gone back and reviewed what I've done in the past, which helped me really become successful. So I'd recommend that you look into this. Below, you can find a link to actually get the Morning Miracle. It talks more about how to do this a bit better with more examples, and teaches you a little bit more about writing your affirmations out, more about getting up in the morning, what you do at night to make yourself want to jump out of bed in the morning. It's got more information on that. So I would certainly recommend that you go and check out that resource. Now, one note that I always like to kind of mention here is that the self-help industry, you just don't want to get trapped in it. So these self-help books in the past for me have been very addictive. You read one, you get really excited and pumped, and then you want to read a next one. You want to read another book about productivity because they make you feel good. But you really just want to read something, find something that works, and then actually take action. So a lot of productivity books, this one is very specific, which is nice, but a lot of self-help books, it's just the same message, sort of just retold in a different way. Just if you go back and just look at like the Stoics, what they did in the past, a lot of self-help books is kind of that message just rephrased a different way. So just don't get caught in a loop where you're just constantly reading self-help books and productivity books, but not actually taking any action and improving your productivity. So that's just a word of caution there. They can be addictive because they make you feel really good. They get you pumped up, but you got to take action. So this one hopefully does interest you, and you can kind of take action based on what we spoke about today. Again, below in the show notes, I'll have a link where you can find that script, and you can just copy it and just change it up for you and make things in your affirmations very specific to your own life and your own goals. That can be beneficial. And I'll include that link. You can find it in our school group below. Again, in the show notes, if you are more of a beginner, you can find a link to the blueprint. This year, what we are focused on is, trading, eventually trading full time, trading with real money later in the year. So in future episodes, I want to talk more about trading specifically, more specific things regarding things that I've learned that we didn't talk about in previous episodes, like market structure, liquidity, grabs, things of that nature. Maybe we'll have more episodes like this one talking more about this particular routine, or talking about some fitness routines and other things that can kind of help you along your journey. Things that have actually helped me. I want to share specifics of what helped me on this podcast. And, you can either do those things or find something similar that might work a little bit better for you. So again, thanks so much for listening. Consider all the resources below in the show notes. And then if you'd like to join our school group, it is still 100% free. You can find accountability by posting there and talking about your journey if you wish, or you can just come and find all the resources and hopefully you find those useful. So thanks so much for listening, and I will talk with you in the next episode.